What's up, BlueTube? It's ya boy, the Blu-ray Bandit, back once again with another pawn shop haul video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Let's see what I can find. All right, I hit 3 pawn shops. Let's see what I got. First up was a La Familia. I paid $10.65 for 4 Blu-rays, which brings them out to $2.66 each. The first 3 Blu-rays were Avengers movies. We got Avengers Age of Ultron, the original Avengers, and this is what? Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, so 3 out of the 4 Avengers movies, all still sealed. They're worth roughly $7 brand new for these first 2, and for Infinity War, it's roughly about $5. So these should be an easy flip to help pay for some of the other titles I plan on keeping. And the 4th title at this pawn shop is Dead Man Wonderland, a movie I know nothing about. I'm assuming this is a movie. It says it's an anime classic. I have no idea if that's true. This one comes with slipcover, but the slipcover definitely has quite a bit of wear on it. So yeah, I mean, the slipcover's there, but it's probably not much of a selling point. If you know anything about this movie and you think I should watch it, let me know. But keep in mind that I'm not really an quote-unquote anime guy. No, the reason why I picked this one up is because it's scanned at about $13 on eBay. My ultimate plan is to go ahead and sell it, using the proceeds to help pay for some of the Blu-rays in this haul that I plan on keeping. Yeah, not much to say about this one other than it's worth something, so I picked it up to flip it. Next up was a Cash America. I paid $10.65 for 7 titles, bringing them out to $1.52 each. We've got a 4 films favorite. This one's not really worth much, about $5 on eBay is what you can get for this. Which is crazy because these are really fun movies. You've got Wedding Crashers, Horrible Bosses, Hall Pass, and Dumb and Dumber in this 4 film collection. I enjoy most of these movies. I'm not sure I've ever seen Hall Pass, but certainly these 3, I don't know if Horrible Bosses is a classic, but Wedding Crashers and Dumb and Dumber, I definitely put up there pretty high on the list. These are these stacked Blu-rays, so they didn't put 2 titles on one disc. You got an individual disc for each title. I plan on keeping this and eliminating my individual copies of Wedding Crashers, Dumb and Dumber, and Horrible Bosses. I'll resell those and put this on my shelf as a nice little space saver. Here is a Western I've never seen. This is Jeremiah Johnson, starring Robert Redford. Some say he's dead. Some say he will never be. Okay. This one was directed by Sidney Pollack, and it was made in 1972. I've certainly heard of it, but never seen it. I'm curious to know whether it's any good or not. I enjoy Robert Redford. I certainly enjoy Sidney Pollack. Don't think I've ever seen a Sidney Pollack Western, but I'm curious to see what would come of that combination. Keeping for now. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is the early 70s version of this film. I think there's been many remakes over the years. This one's directed by Philip Kaufman, a movie I've never seen, at least never seen this version of it. Oh, interesting. It comes with some cards. What are these? Alien, 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 Alien. Okay, I'm guessing that this goes to a different set, but, you know, somebody put it in this Blu-ray, so I brought it home, evidently. And now I can't get it in the sleeve. There we go. I'm just going to put that back in there for now until I can figure out whether that was intended to come with this set. I doubt it. I mean, I know Invasion of the Body Snatchers certainly is a movie roughly about aliens, but I don't know why they'd put 4 alien art cards on the inside of it. Yeah, can't wait to give this one a watch, especially since Jeff Goldblum is in it. Love sci-fi movies with classic Jeff Goldblum in it. And finally, for this pawn shop, we've got Vin Diesel in Riddick. the Pitch Black sequel that kind of bombed on release. This one in beautiful, perfect slipcover. Well, close to perfect. There's a little bit of a smash on that corner and maybe that corner, but for the most part, most people would consider this a very well cared for slipcover. The slipcover is actually decently rare for this one. I mean, nothing crazy. About $11 for this title on eBay, which is a lot of money for a movie that didn't do too well on release and sold quite a lot of copies when released on Blu-ray. The title without the slipcover is not worth very much, but the moment you add a decently conditioned slipcover, you got a nice little flip. And the last pawn shop we hit for this day was another Cash America. I paid $29.82 for this entire buy. Among the haul was 14 titles at an average of $2.13 each. The Conspirator, a movie I had never heard of before I saw this on the shelf. That's why I picked it up. But I really like the cast. James McAvoy, Robin Wright, Kevin Kline, Tom Wilkinson. This is directed by Robert Redford. The president was killed and the truth was buried. I'm sure it's not particularly great since I've never heard of it. Not that I've heard of every great movie, but seems like with that cast, it would have floated to the top on some level, but I'm still interested in checking it out. This case wasn't in great condition. You got some stickers there. You got a little bit of ugliness right here, right there as well. Nothing that can't be cleaned up. Yeah, this one wasn't worth very much, about $3 on eBay, but I didn't pick it up to flip it. I picked it up to give it a watch, which I will do soon. Frozen River, starring Melissa Leo. I love this movie. It's so good. I think Melissa Leo possibly won an Oscar for this. I don't know if she won an Oscar, but I think she definitely was nominated for an Oscar. If you've never seen Frozen River, you should definitely check it out. It's a little bit of like a murder mystery type thing. You can see there's a little bit of writing here in black marker. I'll have to remove that at some point, but yeah, evidently it won the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance. This is just a really great drama with multiple really good performances. If you haven't seen Frozen River, definitely check it out. The Way Back, another movie that was generally ignored, but is pretty good in my opinion. I've seen this, it's great. If you haven't, check it out. Another great cast, Ed Harris, Jim Sturgis, Saoirse Ronan, and Colin Farrell is in this one. It's inspired by real events. It's definitely kind of like a survival road movie directed by Peter Weir. It's a little long, which maybe is part of the reason why most people haven't dipped into this one, but don't be scared of the 1 hour and 33-minute runtime. It is definitely worth the journey, in my opinion. Another one with a little bit of writing I'm gonna have to remove, but no big deal. For now, this one's added to the collection, waiting for a rewatch. The 10th Kingdom, a movie I knew nothing about. The cast was interesting. It includes Rutger Hauer and John Larroquette, Diane Wiest, Ed O'Neill. Yeah, it looks kind of like a fantasy movie, or I don't know, something like that. It's hard to tell exactly what this is. With those types of actors in it, it definitely looks like some kind of fantasy comedy of some sort. It supposedly has an all-star cast. I don't know about all-stars, but I do enjoy some of the people listed in the cast. Looks like there's a disc 1 and a disc 2, so God only knows how long this is. How long is this movie? Maybe it's not a movie. Approximate runtime, 7 hours and 27 minutes. Yeah, not a movie, maybe a mini-series. Who knows when it comes to the 10th Kingdom. I picked it up because it runs about $9 on eBay. So many times over the $2.13 I paid for it. I was thinking I'd give it a watch, but I'd have to carve out 7+ hours to do that. Maybe I'll look up the Rotten Tomatoes score first before I commit to that. But for now, I purchased it to flip it. Sex Drive, unrated and cream-filled. Okay. Warning, ruder, cruder, and neuter. I wonder what this movie is trying to use to sell itself. It's hard to tell. Yeah, this is a movie I saw and I enjoyed. I thought it's kind of, it's a winking parody kind of sex comedies, but it's not a straight parody. It kind of plays like a sex comedy itself, but it's so ridiculously absurd it's hard to take it seriously, even as a sex comedy. It's an odd one, because it's not straight parody, but it's definitely playing within that world. I haven't seen it since I originally watched it many years ago. I'm curious to give it a rewatch, and if I decide it's not worth the time on my shelf, I'll just resell it and roughly double my money. Vicky Cristina Barcelona, a movie unfortunately directed by Woody Allen, but a great one, starring Javier Bardem, Patricia Clarkson, Penelope Cruz, Rebecca Hall, Scarlett Johansson. This is a great stacked cast and a great drama, in my opinion. But don't take my word for it. Take whoever this is from USA Today. Exhilarating, captivating, and enjoyable. If that doesn't describe the movie, I don't know what does. Yeah, if you enjoy relationship dramas and you haven't checked this one out, you should. It's a good watch. I plan on keeping it on my shelf. Red Belt, a film by David Mamet starring Chiwetel Ejiofor, amongst others. This is kind of legendary as the movie about MMA that's not really about MMA. It's really just a deeply engrossing drama that happens to have MMA in it. For that reason, you should definitely check it out if you like deeply engrossing dramas, especially those starring Tim Allen, of all people, Buzz Lightyear himself. Yeah, it's a good one. Definitely worth your time. And if you were into MMA about 10 years ago, it's got kind of a who's who cast of cameos from MMA stars from the time. But that's not why you should watch it. Watch it because it's a good movie that I'm going to keep on my shelf. Whatever Works, another unfortunate Woody Allen joint, but one that I enjoy. This is one of my favorite Woody Allen movies. This one starring Larry David, Evan Rachel Wood, amongst others. It's basically just an alternate universe Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, which I love Curb Your Enthusiasm, so I'm all for it, for sure. Don't expect too much from Larry David. You know, he is Larry David. He's the same Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's the same Larry David that you see on the talk show circuit. It's basically just a movie with him at the center being Larry David, which is probably why I like it and why I will be keeping it. Children of Men. If you don't know about this movie, I don't know what rock you've been under. It's so good. Clive Owen, Julianne Moore, Michael Caine, Alfonso Cuarón, his masterpiece for sure. Such great long takes in this movie, great acting, great tone, just an amazing movie overall, which is probably why this runs about $7 on eBay. Nothing too crazy, but definitely more than your average run-of-the-mill Blu-ray at this point. Most Blu-rays are worth maybe $1 to $2 at most, but some of the good titles that are a little harder to find, you can get up in the $5 to $10 range. This is definitely one of those. It's one I already own on Blu-ray. Hopefully someday it will reach 4K. For now, it's just a flip to help pay for some of the other titles I plan on keeping. The Ides of March. Another movie I picked up just for the cast. Ryan Gosling, George Clooney, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Paul Giamatti, Marissa Tomei, Jeffrey Wright, and Evan Rachel Wood. I mean, I'm not sure a cast can get more stacked than that, I would say. I'm pretty sure this is a remake of an older movie, but I haven't seen the old one, and I haven't seen this one, at least not that I remember. So figured I'd pick it up, give it a watch, and if I didn't like it, I'd flip it at some point. Although it's not worth too much more than I already paid for it. That's all right. Sometimes you got to take a gamble, and hope it's good. We'll see. I don't know if I'm taking a gamble with this one, but I've never seen this either. But I do remember it being around at the time, just from like a cultural perspective. I remember lots of jokes about Mystic Pizza for some reason. Stars Julia Roberts and Vincent D'Onofrio. Those are the names I recognize from the cover. Yeah, it's early Julia Roberts. I have no idea what's in store for me with this movie. It's rated R, so that's interesting. I can't think of the last Julia Roberts movie I've seen that was rated R. It's not worth a whole heck of a lot on resale, but I decided to check it out anyway. Postal, directed by Hugh Boll, the legendary bad video game to film adaptation director. This one also based on the video game. Supposedly there's a complete PC video game of Postal 2 within this package. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Postal 2. Share the Pain on PC DVD-ROM. There's the film itself, the film being not rated. I don't believe it was ever released in movie theaters, and I haven't seen it either. I think it's just kind of a send-up, like a really violent comedy, essentially, about rage or like societal rage. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I'm not even sure I'm gonna watch it before I flip it. This one runs about $8 on eBay and will help pay for some of the other titles that I plan on keeping. Just two more. This is Flawless, starring Michael Caine and Demi Moore. This is a heist movie that I've never seen, but I'm definitely curious about, especially since this scanned at about $12 for resale on eBay. So I figured I'd give it a shot, give it a watch. If I loved it, I'll keep it. And if I don't, it's a good bet that it'll make some of my money back for this haul to help pay for some of the titles I plan on keeping. I like both of these actors. I like heist movies. And if I hate it, I can resell it. Win, win, win. And finally, we've got Ben Stein's Expelled documentary, No Intelligence Allowed. I love this film, says Ben Stein. What a goofball. Another title that scanned at $12 and a movie I've seen, but I don't remember much about it. I'm sure it's funny. I'm sure it's informative. I think the people that love it really love it. I bought it to resell it to help pay for some of the titles that I plan on keeping. There you go, 25 titles with a total cost of $51.12 and an average per title cost of $2.04 each. Total estimated value, $143. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.